Hi all, I am Sagar and welcome to my channel. So today, let's continue our RHCSA journey of 60 power pack practical questions to achieve your RHCSA certification exam. So today, we are going to practice two questions and both the questions are based on kernel parameter. So let's just quickly see what is our question number 23. So our question number 23 is on server A. What we have to do, we have to configure the system to permanently add the kernel parameter. So this is the kernel parameter given, and this kernel parameter we have to add but persistently, so that whenever you will boot your system, your kernel will load this parameter. So these are the requirements, that kernel parameter must persist across reboots. Do not modify any existing kernel parameters and apply the changes to all the installed kernels. Means all the installed kernels in your machine, whether you have 2 or 3 kernels, you have to apply the changes to all the kernels. Okay, so before directly jumping to the practical question, this is the sample question. Let's just first quickly see what exactly kernel parameter is. So kernel parameter in Linux is a setting that controls how Linux kernel behaves. For now, let's just take your kernel as the engine of the car, and the engine that does all the actual work when you drive your vehicle, and the kernel parameter is just a setting to your engine. Like, this is just a setting you tell to your engine how to behave. Means whenever you want to save your fuel, you switch your engine. In like today's cars, we have that option to change the mode to economy, or if we have to drive fast or we need a good performance, we can change a mode to sport mode or any other modes which we have today's. So what we are telling our engine to work it like that. So what exactly we are doing, we are just changing the settings. And in Linux similarly, you are just changing the settings of your kernel to tell your kernel how to behave. What I mean to say is that if in a question also you can see that we have to set this IPv6.disable1, means that this is the kernel parameter which is telling that do not use IPv6 networking. Okay, so whenever your system will boot, your kernel will tell with this kernel parameter or the setting that do not use the IPv6. So to set the kernel parameter, we have two options or two utilities. The first is grubby and second is sysctl. I'm not going to explain you the difference right now, but when we will perform the hands-on, you will automatically understand what is the difference between these two utilities. Okay, so without wasting our time, let's just jump into my Linux machine. I have two machines for today. So the very first machine I'm going to use for first question, and the second machine I'm going to use for the second question of this kernel parameter. Okay, so the very first thing I'm going to show you is the IP ADDR output, that my ENS160 interface right now have the IPv6, means IPv6 IP address. So what we have to do, we have to disable the IPv6, but we have to disable it at reboot. Like whenever you will reboot your system, it will be disabled. Okay, so to do that, if we have to make changes persistently on reboots, at that time we use grubby. Please remember that. Okay, so with grubby, so grubby is just a utility to edit your grub configurations. So what I'm going to give, I'm going to specify an option that update kernel, and I'm going to give it to all. And why I'm giving it all, because if you will see here in our question, it is mentioned apply the changes to all the installed kernels. Okay, now I'm going to add the kernel parameter. So to add the kernel parameter, you have to just do --args, and you have to give the kernel parameter. Make sure to give it in double quotes. The kernel parameter is IPv6.disable. Let's just cross verify it. IPv6.disable equals to 1, means we are disabling it for 1. So done, it is done. So if you want to cross verify it that you have added it successfully or not, let's just do grubby -info equals to all. Okay, if I have done it all, it is going to display me everything, but you can see over here that args here, and at the end of the line you can send IPv6 disable is added. If I'm going to clear the screen and I will show you the output of IP ADDR again, you can see we still have this inet 6. This inet 6 in my interface is still there, means the IPv6 is still like my system is still allowing the IPv6. It is not disabled yet. The reason is whenever we use grubby, with grubby we have to reboot our system, because our kernel right now, the running kernel which is in my machine right now, that kernel is already loaded into the memory. So to load the kernel parameter again, we have to reboot the machine so that our kernel will be reloaded with the new parameter value which we have set just right now, and which is nothing but this IPv6 disable. So when I will reboot my system, it will automatically take that. Okay, but before rebooting, I am going to show you one more thing. There is a file called proc and cmdline. So this file, if you will cat it, in this file you can see all the kernel parameters which are given to your running kernel. So as of now, you cannot see that anything like this is my kernel, current kernel, and anything you cannot see like IPv6 is disabled. So once I reboot the machine, you will see the changes. So I'm going to reboot it, and I'm also going to pause this video so that I will be come back after the reboot. Okay, so I'm back. So you can see that last login. So I'm going to clear the screen again, and let's just cross verify your IP ADDR. So now you can see in my network interface, you are not able to find the inet 6, only your IPv4 address is present. And if I'm going to cat that file again, proc cmdline, you can see that in my running kernel, this kernel parameter is added. So my my system rebooted, my kernel loaded into my memory again. If you know the boot process, you can understand or relate it. If you don't know, I have a complete video on boot process, how your kernel loads into the memory. So the kernel loaded into the memory and with the new parameter value which we have set. Okay, so for this part we have done. Let me just take you to the PPT for the second question. So now the second question for kernel parameter is same, is similar, but there's a difference. What we are going to do in this, we are going to add kernel parameter at runtime. Means here in this scenario, when I used grubby, I have to reboot the machine so that my kernel parameters will be applied in the running kernel. But if someone says you that you need to apply the changes at runtime, you do not need to reboot the machine, how you can achieve that? So we are going to achieve the same thing with the another command called sysctl. So do not get confused in exam if it is mentioned that you have to change the kernel parameter at runtime, always use sysctl. But if you have to change it across reboots, always use grub. Okay, so let's not waste our time. Let's just see the question number second, that it is telling on the server B, configure the system to disable the IPv6 immediately on the running kernel. And the requirements, the changing must take effect immediately. You are not allowed to reboot the system. And if you see something like this, you are not allowed to reboot the system, go with sysctl. Do not modify any grub or bootloader configuration, and verify that the running kernel is using the new setting. New setting as in we have to see that IPv6 is disabled or not. So currently I am going to do one thing. I am going to first show you the output of IP ADDR. So currently in my machine, I can see that the IP ADDR, okay, I'm sorry, I'm using the same machine. So for question number second, I have prepared the another machine. We have already disabled the IP ADDR. So in second machine, let me show you IP ADDR output. Okay, so IP ADDR, you can see that V6, your IPv6 is already there. It is already enabled. So if we have to disable it, but let me tell you one thing, that grubby is always the preferred method to change the kernel parameter. Okay, so this is for your knowledge that we can use sysctl at the runtime if you want to change at runtime. So what I'm going to do is sysctl -w net dot ipv6 dot conf. So I'm going to give it all, and like I'm giving it for all the kernels, and I'm going to select disable IPv6 equals to 1. 1 means that we are disabling it, and 0 means we are enabling it. Okay, I have used something wrong. Let me see the command again. Okay, I have used y instead of y I have to use w. Done. It is showing me like this, means it is disabled. Let's just do it for the default as well. Done. And if you will check the output of IP-ADDR again, you can see that your IPv6 is now disabled. So I hope you understood the difference between grubby and sysctl. So never don't get confused. If you will be asked to change it across reboots, use grubby. If you will be asked to change at the runtime without reboot, use sysctl. And but grubby is always the preferred utility to change the grub configurations. I hope you liked the video, and I will see you in the question number 25.